All right, hey everyone, good to see you. Hey Pierre, here we go. Went live a few minutes early because the match is starting, but my kind of mindset was I'd set the premiere, or not the premiere, I'd set the watch along for 7:30 and then I'd just go live as soon as the first match started. Is it? Am I spelling it right? Yeah, okay, I'm spelling it right. Yeah, kicking off with 6-woman tag action. I believe I wrote my predictions down, so I'll read those out in a minute here. But in our Discord predictions league, I went with Fatal Influence because I think they're going to challenge for the Knockout Tag titles. Also, I'm going to mute myself for like 20 seconds here. Okay, cool. I had a bunch of auditions for Speed Adventure I wanted to finish listening to. I went live just before I could finish up. Whoa. Yeah, good to be here. Good to see everyone. Good to be live. Uh, Anything exciting happen on the All 7 News today? I was busy all morning. Anything exciting happen? Did I miss something? People are acting like some big stuff happened. I don't know. Just thought it's been a very chaotic day. Wondered, just wondered. All seriousness, we had, of course, the Royal Rumble today, which was pretty freaking exciting. I'm really happy with how everything turned out. Thrilled with the reception that it got as well. I wasn't sure how well received the opening to the Rumble was going to be with the elimination the double winner situation, but I was so happy to be so wrong about. Excuse me. I was so happy to be so wrong. Like I was very happy to eat my words and be wrong. And I'm sure I'll get more into that when more people come in because I'm sure we'll get questions about it all night. My girl Fallon Henley in now. Oh man, but yeah, I'm gonna be making some big website updates today. We're gonna be potentially doing some render updates, just slowly but surely. I got like 1,000 renders I got to work through. Like 1,000 renders I got to update on the website. So I figure we just do a little bit at a time. A little bit at a time, and eventually it'll all be done. Right? Maybe. Like, you look at it number-wise, and it's like, in the WWE universe, there are 222. So let me pull up a calculator here. There's 222 in WWE. Go to the AEW roster. There's another 107. You go to TNA, which a lot of these guys aren't going to be in TNA anymore, obviously, but that's 46 more. And you go to Ring of Honor. That's another 36. You go to LAW. That's another 66. You go to New Japan. That's another 30. You go to Free Agents. That's another 60. Then you go to Legends and Retired Wrestlers. That's another 83. And a grand total of 650 renders that exist on LS11 Universe that need to be updated to be game renders. Which just sounds exhausting. Hello. Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, it's weird. It's like in that weird, like, sun is setting, but it's setting in a way where it's really bright kind of way right now. Yeah, I've gone with Fatal Influence to win this, but I will admit I'm a little skeptical now because they've been getting the one-ups on everyone. Like, I think Fallon Henley or JC Jane, one of the two, beat Rosemary in singles action recently. Like I said, I'm going to go Fatal Influence. I think they're going to challenge for the tag titles, but, you know, see what happens. I do think it's a shame that the NXT tag titles or the NXT women's tag titles got discontinued, all just so that Shayna and Ronda could unify them for some reason. I guess at the time they didn't have a very good women's tag division in NXT, but like now they have so many teams in NXT that I wish they did have women's tag titles again. But I guess we could also maybe see an NXT team winning the Knockouts tag titles. So I'm thinking that with the what I'm going to do for the stats of the Royal Rumble in LS11 Universe is I'm going to make like a big graphic essentially, because if you look at the old document that you guys can't really see anymore, it's still up. Like you can still access this page, but it's like it's being stripped away bit by bit. It's being taken down. Like all the main universe titles are gone. Eventually, I'm going to make an ARW archive page, an LSWF archive page. The predictions title will get added to the website eventually at some point under the retired section, probably. Because it's like a semi-active thing. Like, the LSWF titles are all just completely outdated. They're merged with the LAW titles, so the LAW titles are just part of this. But, like, you look at it and it's that, like, longest time in a singles men's rumble. Longest time in a single women's rumble. Longest men's time combined. Longest women's time combined. which AJ Styles has got to have his updated. Most eliminations in a single men's rumble, Roman Reigns. Most eliminations in a single women's rumble, most combined eliminations, most combined eliminations for women, shortest time men's, shortest times women's. And then like this stuff has already been copied over, right? Like this has been copied over, because like you can scroll through here and see all this stuff updated on here, like where I've done the times and stuff and their elimination numbers for matches. And there's some of these rumbles, like we'll see these eventually. I want to do every rumble one day. I want to do every Mania one day. I think the big four are the ones I want to try and do all of one day. I don't know how possible that'll be. Mania at the very least. Rumble would be then next up. But long story short, like I think I'm gonna make like a big graphic to put up at the top that has all this stuff listed, and then like a handful of graphics that's like essentially like a section like an almost image carousel. Excuse me. Like almost like an image carousel, like this, like the slideshow one, where it goes through where it's like Royal Rumble by the numbers. Uh, oh, Rosemary is giving Zaya Brookside brass knuckles. But yeah, I'm thinking. Think I'm gonna do something like that. Oh, Rosemary's trying to make Brookside use the brass knuckles. And I think that's gonna give Fatal Influence the dub. Hell yeah. The Rumble pay-per-view was awesome. Well, I'm really glad you guys enjoyed it. I was really happy with how it turned out. Um, like I said, I will be the first to admit, I had told Ray I was skeptical about doing the double win, and I could not be more happy to admit I'm wrong about something. Like, could not be more happy to be wrong. Um, so, because I was gone during it, I was doing laundry. All right, then. But yeah, like, many months ago is when this was decided. I don't know if I remember the exact, like, I don't know if I remember exactly when the decision was made, but Ray came to me a number of months ago and he was like, "Look, the deal was that SmackDown was going to win the men's Rumble this year. Like we'd agreed when he took over SmackDown. We came to one another. We were like, all right, well, who's got the better story in mind for a Rumble win?" And Ray was like, "Here's what I got in mind." I was like, "Here's what I got in mind." Um, they're having a lot of feed issues with TNA tonight, which is pretty normal for them. But yeah, no. I was like, "Here's my ideas. Here's who I would have win if I could have a Raw guy winning it." Ray was like, "Well, here's what I want to do." I was like, "All right, cool. We'll give you it because you're taking SmackDown. It's your first season. Give you something big." Um, but well, long story short, Ray came to me. I was like, "Look, I don't know if this is a good idea, Ray." I was like, "I don't know if people are going to turn against it." And Ray was like, "Well, what if we do it as the opener and we have the women main event it?" I was like, "Okay." Because my big worry was that we were going to end one of the big four on a confusing, well, who's the real winner? And I wanted it to end, someone pointing at the sign, the pyro going off, all that. Um, and unfortunately, Ray came to the conclusion of like, well, why don't we just have the women main event it? We've been doing more and more women's main events lately, and we'd had Jordan Grace planned as the women's Rumble winner for months. Like That was decided almost a year ago, honestly, when it was pretty obvious she was coming to WWE full time. Good God, the pay-per-view feed is having a struggle and a half over here. You have to let me know who wins the matches. Well, Fatal Influence has gotten the win, so Fatal Influence up.
To give my prediction for that match, and there's a reason for that. Obviously, I want to be in Mike Santana's corner. Like I said, he's overcome so much to get here, but there's so much to overcome tonight. I mean, plus Wally, like you said, he's on the top of his game right now, and then you also have to think about who he has in his corner. He's got Tasha Steelz as his press secretary. He's got the great hands backing him up, and I just worry if Mike Santana's going to be able to overcome those numbers.
It's hard. You just Tasha Steelz. So I'm surprised at Tasha. I love Tasha. I've known Tasha for a long time. I don't get it. I really don't understand it at all.
It's really going to be tough, but I'm going to get. He's going to do it tonight. Like there's that. More to get to though. When personal animosity overlaps with title motivation, like what's going on between Eric Young and the inaugural international champion Steve Macklin. That has gotten so intense. Let's take a look at half here, and let's hear from Eric Young.
Needed a team at the back spot. Look into my eyes.
Oh, okay, Eric.
I do not come to rebel alone, but you do. And I told you that tonight was going to be a religious experience for us.
Mixed tag was awesome between Seth, Becky, and Nathan Lynn. Oh, I loved that match, man. I was very proud of that match.
This has gotten so intense. It's a story that I feel like just keeps going on and on and on with no end in sight. But maybe, just maybe, there might be an end to that story here tonight. Dreamer, do you have any predictions on this match?
I hate to say it, but I think it's Eric Young's time, and he's very, very motivated. If he hits that pile driver,
It'd be weird if they just took the belt off of Macklin weeks after he won it.
I hope that doesn't happen to Steve.
I hope that Steve is here tonight because last time we saw him, he was passed out next to a fire alone where Eric Young left him. So I haven't seen him here tonight either. So I'm just hoping that he even arrives because it could be going to Eric Young if he doesn't.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
but Eric Young just said it in that interview. The odds are against Steve Macklin. Steve Macklin's going in there alone. Eric Young
It's not. Eric Young is an OG here in TNA.
Diabolical, yep.
Bet against Eric Young.
I was very proud of those attires, personally.
I'm going back, you know, he's still making history with that title, and I'm not going to let you take it away from him. You know, we're in Hollywood. Don't let Eric Young write your story. You know, come out here and get it done here in Los Angeles. I can't go against that.
Well, we've talked about a little bit of that darkness that will be present at Rebellion, but let's talk about a bright spot. You see it here now, the Ultimate X.
Oh man, that what a lineup in Ultimate X, and Reggie's there too, I guess. Sure, it is incredible, Gia, that Reggie is challenging for the X Division title in Ultimate X alongside all of these top names. That Reggie is just also there.
They have demanded some time, and we are obligated to give it to them right now.
Oh, Lord.
JDC won't be here tonight because of travel issues, but that's okay. Because after I successfully defended I'm gonna cut my voice out, and we're gonna beat the living hell out of Ace Austin, them rascals, that piece of trash.
Sorry, Malay was watching the other one that I watched. Yeah, I know Noah had his backlash coming out today, so I was gonna poke my head in and see some of it, but I
I'll help you guys out. You help me out. Give you a shot? Yes. We wanted to give you a shot. You dropped the ball, didn't you? You dropped the ball. Why? Because you, my friend, are nothing but a loser. Wake up. Peace.
nah, poor Diener.
Sounds like Moose has quite the night ahead. He's going to kick off Rebellion JDC spot in that tag match against Ace Austin and the Rascal. Sean Waltman, might I add.
Yes.
So he's got quite a lot ahead of him. What do we think about that?
I gotta tell you something. After watching that, how annoying is Alicia? She is so annoying. That voice is great.
I'm going to keep my comments to myself because I got to deal with
You want to know something? Nobody likes me.
Dreamer. Look, what do you
Let's
think
see.
about this Moose replacing JDC?
Fine. Not the smartest move for Moose, but Moose is not the smartest man. I think I'm going to have a new X Division champion, and I do not know what's going to happen in this match. Moose wrestling twice. I will give credit to credit where it's due. Moose is an amazing athlete. If anyone would pull off to be both, it would be Moose, but it would really make me angry either way. I'm not a fan of Moose, everybody, if you all know.
So, Coach Shay, what do you think? How's Moose going to fare in this X Division, in this X Ultimate X match?
Hold on, what year was it again? Season 4, so it's 2023.
You know, but as anybody who knows Moose does whatever he wants, so who am I to tell him anything?
I'm looking for Leon Slater.
Hey, I've got Leon Slater for Ultimate X, for those wondering, by the way. I think we get the title change tonight. I think it's time. Rumble was crazy. First time ever back-to-back Rumble winner. Yep, it sure was. First time we've ever done that, and first ever double winner in LS11 history.
JDC now no longer being here. Moose will take his spot, but we've got more action to get to right here, right now, on that countdown to Rebellion.
Let's see. All right, it is the Elijah Open Challenge. I have said Eddie Thorpe accepts it. So, I'll give you guys a little preview here of what I'm working on here. The Royal Rumble by the numbers. So, have it saying Royal Rumble by the numbers. This first graphic is going to be for records. And so we got most career eliminations, Roman and Rhea. Ironically, then most single eliminations and most single Rumble eliminations, Roman and Rhea. And then this, I feel like longest combined time in Rumble matches deserves its own big thing.
Daughters are the pride of this place. Venice Beach waves and a Hollywood face. A city built on hard-working people and championship songs. LA fought through the fires, and LA still stands strong. Take me to the place I love. Fighting TNA, we walk this way. I said in TNA, we walk this way. That's right. Now tonight, for the first time ever, we are doing an open challenge, and you are all going to ask this question with me. I have got one question for everyone here and someone in the back tonight. Who wants to walk with Elijah?
And his opponent,
TMDK. Oh, it's Shane Haste. How about that?
answering the walk with
All right, then.
fearful Shane.
Did not have a Shane Haste appearance tonight. All right, then. Kevin, if you're here, did anyone have that? The former Shane Thorne, the former Slapjack.
Two men who have walked similar paths, very appropriate. Long history between these two, dating back about a decade. No longer under the bridge, if you will. We're under the Ultimate X and under the UFC banner here at the Galen Center just before Rebellion makes it tired up. A sold out crowd here making its way inside the Galen Center on the campus of USC in Los Angeles. About 15 minutes and change now until Rebellion itself begins live. That's the top of the hour. TNA Plus worldwide and currently watching us somewhere else other than TNA Plus. TNAWrestling.com. Subscribe right now and use the promo code Say His Name. TNA Plus. Also, the bottom of the screen, you can see our upcoming events. Get tickets now. TNAWrestling.com. Live in Irvine, California, the greater Los Angeles area. This coming Thursday night, special start time at 10 p.m. Eastern, live on Access TV in the United States, in Canada, all on Sportsnet Plus and worldwide on TNA Plus. Get your tickets now at TNAWrestling.com.
Hey, so it's Elijah here. Shane Haste desperately looking.
On the move, able to
time to take a little walk.
Time to take a walk with Elijah here in LA.
Again, I still think Elijah wins this, even with it being Shane Haste.
Found an opening and unleashing on Elijah. Look out.
All he needed was an opening. He takes advantage.
Look to the leg. The kick out by Elijah. Challenge.
Yeah, come on, Leon or Casey. That's kind of how I feel as well. I would say I'm not against a Vikingo win either, but I don't see that happening. I think WWE's very happy that they're getting him, and Tony is probably crying in a shower somewhere about it. Okay, so for records with the Rumble, right? Um, what I'm thinking is I've got 8 slots essentially to show you guys what I'm working with here. Most career eliminations, most single Rumble eliminations, longest combined time in Rumble matches, longest time in a single Rumble. Kind of doing like the single ones over here, the big ones over here. And so I'm thinking then shortest time in the Rumble, most Rumble wins, like shortest time in a single Rumble, most Rumble wins, most Rumble appearances, and maybe I would need one more. Have we got any ideas? And then eventually, what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna make I'm gonna make graphics kind of for each Rumble where it's like essentially it shows all the entry order and time and everything. Rumble stats, like Rumble breakdown, like Rumble by Rumble, is probably going to get its own dedicated page as well. Most Rumble appearances is what that means. Yes, I've already said that one. So I got 4 slots left. I said least amount of time in a single Rumble. So like Byron Saxton's 1 second appearance in season 1. Uh, most Rumble appearances. So who's appeared in the most LS11 Rumbles? Most Rumble wins. So right now Punk with 2. I think someone else is listed as having 2. All right, Elijah hits the tombstone. Elijah with the win. Okay, so right now it would just be Phil with 2. AAA guys being in the game next year, maybe. Depends on what they do with them. Most Rumble debuts. That doesn't really work. You can only debut in a Rumble once. Everyone has one Rumble debut. I have a Rumble debut. Your Rumble debut is your first Rumble.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are just a few minutes away to the start of Rebellion. Like I said, it's going to be a night to change the landscape of professional wrestling as we know it. And
AJ Styles definitely has the longest combined time in an LS11 Rumble, like all time, because he had a 35-minute appearance in the 2016 one, and then a 39-minute appearance in one of them. Hmm.
we're going to do that later on tonight. Trigger, how did you feel when you saw Joe Henry, the TNA World Champion, at WrestleMania?
Think about Joe Hendry's journey is one thing, but think about what 8 days that he had, 9 days. He won at Unbreakable. He wrestles Randy Orton at WrestleMania. He then shows up at NXT, and now he's defending the title here against, hey, someone from NXT and Frank Kazarian. This guy's had a wild ride, and it's because of each and every one of you that you do believe in him. So that's awesome to see.
Truly unprecedented.
I mean, I might just I might just go back to making the longest combined time its own thing, like its own.
Tonight, and we're going to hear more from Frankie Kazarian in just.
I think I'm gonna make it its own stat, like its own big stat block again.
Tonight's a very important night, not only for me, but for TNA itself. Tonight, John will finally become TNA champion. But also, tonight I act as security for TNA. The last line of defense. The last line of defense gets an intruder named Page. You're gonna just come into my house, break in, take my TV, kick my dog, make yourself a cup of coffee, and walk out with my property? That's not happening. Joe Henry. I end.
Yep, that's already on there. Longest combined time is already on there. So I'm just gonna make that one the biggest, like just a big thing.
I should have. Because while you're concerned with clicks, I'm concerned with wins. If you're worried about being viral, I'm worried about being victorious. While you aspire to be a meme, I aspire to be a king. And it's sick that you're using this company as a stepping stone on your perceived path to fame. A company that I laid the foundation for, a company that I built. So guys like you, put out an opportunity to flourish. Tonight, become TNA World Champion. Tonight, King gets his crown.
TNA, just please don't TNA it. Don't put the belt on Kaz.
As always,
Don't put the belt on 50-something-year-old Kaz.
back them up later on tonight as part of that triple main event.
Gee, Frankie Kazarian has a rich history here in TNA. Has never
Those NXT
won
participants.
the TNA World Championship.
It's the records are more about the people, not the Rumble itself.
That world championship, and we know he's also not presented a rotator cuff injury and then re-aggravated it at WrestleMania. But if one thing I know, about Joe is that he's going to give it his all.
Let's see.
The odds are stacked against Joe tonight.
Now the question is, has any woman appeared in every single Women's Rumble in LS11 universe? I don't know. Let's see.
Guys, we're going to wrap it up here. Do you have any final comments?
I just want to talk about that moment of Joe Hendry at WrestleMania. You know, nowadays with social media and everything, the surprise factor of wrestling, it's gone. You know, a lot of the times things are spoiled. That was one of the first times in a very long time where I was truly
Let's see.
shocked.
Bailey's been in 5 Women's Rumbles.
Reason for him losing to Randy the way that he did. You know, I would love to see them go at it with a healthy Joe Hendry, but I just want to applaud Joe for giving.
I don't think anyone's done more than that. No one's been in all 6 of them that we've done. I don't think. Let's see. Io has been in 2. She wasn't in season 3 because she was challenging for the title. She's in season 4. Was she in season 5? No. Io was not in the season 5 Rumble. I think that was during her hiatus. And then she was in the series. Io's only been in 4. Zelina might have been in all of them. Zelina was in this year. Was she in last year? I say that Zelina was not in last year's now. But I'm essentially just doing a check through to see. Has Asuka been in all of them, actually? I think she might have. Let's see, Asuka was in this year. Asuka was in last year. Because she won season 4. She was in season 5. Let's see. Season 3, Asuka was there. Season 2, she was there. Asuka has been in all 6 Women's Rumbles in LS11 history. I believe that makes her the only person. Naomi's not. She was gone for 2 years. Bliss wasn't in this year's. Mickey, nope. Ember Moon, nope. Zelina Vega, nope. Candice LeRae, champion now. Ruby, nope. Peyton, nope. Carmella, nope. Tony, nope. Lacey Maris.
International title is on the line as the first ever champion. Bulletproof Steve Macklin.
Yeah, I think Bailey missed the season 3 Rumble because we had her off TV. So yeah, Asuka has been in every Women's Rumble that we've done. Glad you enjoyed kickoff.
Now remember, Moose will be defending his X Division Championship in Ultimate X. The title belt being suspended as we speak to open up Rebellion, but this tag team match is still to come. Moose will compete twice tonight. Oh, by the way, in the corner of the Rascals in East Boston, 2-time WWE Hall of Famer Sean Waltman.
And as you just mentioned, we are kicking everything off with the X Division title on the line.
All right. Rebellion coming up. All right. So now the men's rumble. This is going to be the tough one because we've got the retro rumbles as well now to work with. God. I guess an easy way to do this would be copy. Let's see. AJ's appeared in 1, 2. In season 4, 3, 4. He's not in season 2 because he was in NXT. 5, he was in season 1. I remember that. Right? Yeah. And he's in the 2016 one. So AJ's been in 6. Yeah, moved over to the actual Rebellion show. All right, let's see. Obafemi, this was his first Rumble. Punk's only been in 2 this year and last year. Bronson Reed's only been in. I think this was actually Bronson Reed's. No, this was his second Rumble, actually. Yeah, this is Bronson Reed's second Rumble. No, his third Rumble. His third Rumble. Let's see. Buddy, this was only his third Rumble. Ricky, this was his first. Randy has been in 1. Let's see. Saying his name, and then he appeared. That's thanks, I guess. Last year, so that's 2. He was in season 4. That's 3. He was not in the season 3 Rumble, I think, because he had the IC title match. Or was he in it? I'm looking at my list now. Yes, he was in it, so that's 4. He was in the season 2 Rumble. He was not in the season 1 Rumble. He was not in the 2016 Rumble. Okay, so that's 5. Okay, currently record for most LS11 Rumbles is AJ Styles at 6. Cody's only been in 3. Braun's only been in 3. Dom's not been around long enough to be in that many. Cena's been in 1. Was Cena last year? Yep, 2. Was he in season 4? I don't think he was. No, season 4 he was dropping the title on that show. Season 3 he was there. Season 2 he was there. Season 1 he was not. 2016 he was injured. Okay, Cena at 5, so AJ still has him 6. Let's see. DDP, this is his only Rumble. Dragon Lane, nope. Axiom, nope. Moose, nope. Iliad, nope. Cross, nope. Santino, nope. Henry, Andrade. Okay, let's see. Theory has been in 1. No, Theory's definitely not been in more than AJ. I don't think anyone from this year. And I think AJ Styles at 6 has the most Rumble appearances. Roman might have more. Roman might be tied. Roman was in season 1. He was in season 2. He was champion in season 3. He was in the season 4 Rumble. He was in the season 5 Rumble. Then he was in the 2016 and 2014 Retro Rumbles. So that's 6 for Roman. Roman and AJ tied at 6. What about Sami Zayn? He was in 2016. He was in season 1. He returned in season 2. He was in season 3. He was in season 4. He was in season 5. Okay, that's 3 people with 6 Rumbles. Thank you, Pierre. Okay, so far, Roman Reigns, AJ Styles, Sami Zayn each have 6 Rumbles to their names. We've done 8 Rumbles. I don't know if anyone's appeared in more than 6, and that section of the graphic's going to get very crowded if this is the case. Oh, and Jay, we're great number 30s. Well, thank you. I'm glad people enjoyed that. Let's see. Brian's only been in 2. Seth's only been in a handful. Seth was in the 2014 one. He was not in 2016. In season 1. He was not in season 2. Not in season 3 because he was champion. He was not in season 4 because he was champ. No, he was in season 4. Was he in season 5? Yes, he's the number 1 entrance in season 5. He's not in this year. So Seth's only had 4 Rumbles. Yeah, I think it's Sammy, Roman, and AJ with 6 each for most Rumble appearances. Because Sandow's not been in every Rumble, obviously. Sandow's not been in 7. Slater's not. Big Show, nope. Rusev, nope. Neville, nope. Jinder, nope. Harper, Ambrose, Ryder. Hi, Kevin. Or hi, Kevin. Yep. Yeah, I think it's that 3-way tie. I don't think Kevin Owens has been in more. Owens was in 2016. He was in season 1. He was in season 2. Right? Yeah, he was in season 2's Rumble. Yeah. He was in season 2. He was in season 3. Yep. He was in season 4. Yeah, he was in the season 4 one because he was one of the ones that got cheap eliminated by the 6. I remember that specifically. Hey, boss. Alright, Tag Team Extreme Rules match was fun. Chaos and What a War. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, Kevin Owens is in season 4. Was Kevin Owens in season 5? God dang it, he was. That's 4 people now with 6 Rumble appearances. Because Owens was not in this year's Rumble. Come on, there's got to be someone that has 7 Rumble appearances in LS11. I'm begging you. Alright, Matt Cardona is in Ultimate X. I don't think he's picking up the dub, I gotta tell you. Love him, but I don't think he's picking up the dub.
Navarro may have an ace up his sleeve here with AJ Francis out here for these proceedings.
Casey Navarro, the only participant in this matchup who won a qualifier to be an entrant.
Okay, so we have 5 people that have been in 6 Rumbles each in LS11 universe. Jeez.
What it beat is a bit of a stretch, but careful work.
Alright, come on, Leon Slater. Up the Leon Slater, as the Brits would say.
Amazing Red was 24 years old. The title back in 2003.
You have his match? I've gone with Leon Slater. I want to see it happen.
A true international star in every sense of the word. The influence of Io Del Chico that he felt everywhere, especially in Ultimate X.
Alright, I believe that just leaves Moose, right? Moose. Oh, Moose with the cowboy hat on. That is a powerful image right there. Cowboy Moose is a powerful, powerful image.
He's got to worry about it's going to be those ropes above the ring. That incredibly intimidating high Ultimate X where his championship currently hangs.
171 days as the X Division champion is the longest X Division title reign in 2 years. Moose strides into this Ultimate X match. And it's his schedule this evening. He learned on the Countdown Rebellion. He's stepping into JDC as the system will face the Radicals. And it is Austin and Sean Waltman in their corner. So Moose is a lot in front of this evening.
Let's see.
Let's take a look at the X Factors for this Ultimate X match as the X Division Championship is at stake.
53rd Ultimate X match dating back to 2003. No one in this match has ever competed in Ultimate X. Moose has a fear of heights, which is why he's going to win, isn't it? Who would win, Cowboy Moose, Cowboy Braun Breaker? Me, because I'd get to watch 2 big meaty men like that bumping meat. In all seriousness, I don't know. I think Braun Breaker probably. AJ Francis is on commentary, but his mic is not working. What a shame.
Two guys in this match who aren't exactly known as high flyers, absolutely obliterating the field and now each other. And now Moose on the move. Dropping Moose. Cardona, hold on a second, was going to win. Silence and it's hit for the power bomb.
Oh, you know what, Moose? You're a big dude. This is big brain. Moose kind of trying to stack things instead of having to climb is pretty galaxy brain of him. Oh, what a cutter, though. Braun Breaker's elite with the wolf headdress at Walmart. Well, that's cool. I don't really collect wrestling figures anymore. Braun is one that I've thought about picking up a figure of just because he's one of my favorites, and I've got a Scott Steiner, so posing them together would be kind of cool. Deranged Hangman or Deranged Drew? Drew. Deranged Hangman's thing is that he gets his... I don't know. I think Drew wins that. Alright, let's see. I gotta get AJ Styles' time in the Rumble. Because I know for a fact AJ Styles has got the, like, I know for a fact AJ Styles has got the most combined times in men's Rumbles. Alright, he slid in at 34-28. He was in there until he was in the final 3, and he was dumped out by Punk, I believe. It was either Punk or Cody, obviously. It was Phil that dumped him out, 41:05. 41:05. So he was in there for 6 minutes and 37 seconds. All things considered, not bad. AJ Styles was in there for 6 minutes, 37 seconds. Which this also means that I need to go get AJ's times in every Rumble. Because I know for a fact that he's the only man that has spent this long. He's been in the most Rumbles out of the 6 men that have been. Oh, God. Unless Moose wins by not grabbing the title, he retains. Other two people are fighting over the belt, and they drop it, and it lands in his hands. I think there's a strong potential of that. But I also think they've been building this Leon Slater versus the System story for so long that I think a Leon Slater win makes sense. I think a Leon Slater win makes the most sense here. Let's see here. AJ went early in season 3. Yeah, AJ was in for 39 minutes in season 3. He came in number 1. That's how I know he has the most combined time. I just got to get his times from season 4 and season 5 to add together. let's see. Season 5. God, what's the thumbnail for Season 5 look like? Oh my god! Power bombed him out of the ring, jeez. Let's see. It's 2016 time. No, I've got it. I've got it. He was in the 2016 Rumble for 34 minutes and 36 seconds. He's making Alicia Edwards climb for him. Fucking brilliant. Let's see. So season 4 would have been 2K23. Oh boy. And they go down. Yes, he's the first winner we've seen from number 1. You are correct in that question. Or in that presumption. That is the first number 1 victory we've ever done. And today we had the second number 1/2 victory. Or no, the third number 1/2 victory with Jordan Grace, because in 2014 in the Retro Rumble, Daniel Bryan won from number 1 as well. Oh, that was sick how he got up there though. Okay, let's see. In season 4, the Royal Rumble featured AJ Styles, and he entered it. Season 4's big thing that I specifically remember from the season 4 Rumble was that the big thing with it was every Rumble winner from the previous seasons was in it. So AJ, Finn, and Johnny were all in it. And I don't think any of them did anything particularly spectacular in it, unfortunately. That's just kind of how it goes sometimes. Finn was in there for a little while, it looks like. Come on, Leon. Uh-oh. Yeah, yep. Season 4 was the one where Solo pulled Drew out before Solo even entered the match. Yep, that's the one. Okay, AJ entered the Season 4 Rumble at 2 hours, 16 minutes, 10 seconds in the video. And he was apparently not in there terribly long because I think Gunther eliminated him. That sounds right. I know Gunther came in and eliminated Seth pretty quickly, because Seth had just taken the belt off of him a few days prior. Yes, the first thing Gunther did was eliminate AJ. If my playback would not buffer, that'd be great. 2:18:34. 2 minutes and 24 seconds for AJ that year. They're not going to put the belt on Reggie, right? It's TNA. So anything's possible.
There's the bar trying to grab out for his feet. Grab anything he can. Oh, Akeem trying to keep the ball at bay, and now Moose catching up with Akeem. Oh, Akeem in the ball. He's too high for Moose to grab it. Akeem on top of that.
Akeem, you were on top of the thing. He couldn't reach you. You could have just grabbed the belt. You dipshit.
Step by step back to that top. That's the danger in this matchup. Navarro tracking down Akeem. There's Fakingo now into the mix. That's just so crowded over there. Oh, there's Leon Slater getting involved.
All right, let's see. And then in season 5, AJ was in, I believe, towards the end, right? And did he enter the same number twice 2 years in a row? Yeah, he did. How about that? I will tell you all. Men's Rumble we got in one take this year. Nothing went wrong. But I gotta tell you, the Women's Rumble, you have no idea how many times we had to restart because Jordan Grace was accidentally getting eliminated. Takes a lot to keep Sammy down, Drew to go far. We should have seen that coming with everything Cody had to do. Oh my god! Jeez. AJ Francis getting involved. I don't know what TNA's idea of AJ Francis being such a main event player is, but oh my god, Moose is gonna spear him, isn't he? Oh boy. Ouch. Made the boy bounce. Radio silence. Come on, Cardona. I'd pop for a Cardona win. I would admittedly pop if Cardona got the belt. I think it'd be ridiculous to have Matt Cardona as X Division champion. But Moose is X Division champion right now, so I know it's not about weight limits, it's about no limits, as they say. But, like, Moose is the X Division champion right now, so. Leon Slater's going up. Yeah, I could see Javon in an Ultimate X-Men. No, Leon, the belt's right there. Good God. My God, Leon, what are you doing, you maniac?
Maybe 20 feet to the floor.
Good God, Leon. Leon and Javon is have a match. That'd be wild, right? Hell yeah. I'll be down. I think Javon should win the X Division title at some point if they're not going to put the NXT title on him. Oh, I think Leon's about to get it. Everyone else is down. He's crawling towards it. Come on, Leon. He's unclasping it. No! That's bullshit. He hit the ground with the belt before Moose speared him. That's bullshit. Moose 100% did not hit him out of the air. Slater's feet touched the mat first. Bullshit. I'm with the crowd. Bullshit. No, that's bull. That is bull. Moose won, yeah. Because the whole thing apparently is whoever unclasps the belt doesn't win it. You got to drop down to the canvas with it. It's whoever's got it once the belt hits the ground.
Incremental seconds of what happened there with Leon Slater, but the referee making the decision. Moose is still the X-Division champion. Absolutely heartbreaking for Leon.
I assume it's going to be a story. Yeah, I assume Leon's going to be the guy to beat him for it at this point.
The youngest X-Division champion ever. Moose has to compete again tonight, by the way, after withstanding the defense of his title in Ultimate X. We're just getting started here in Rebellion, which has been seen around the world live on pay-per-view and TNA Plus ahead. 175 countries who were heard in English, Spanish, and French. Joining us here at ringside, our French commentary team.
All right. All right, if I'm not responding to chat for a minute, just give me a minute. I'll explain it in a second.
Well, the action will keep rolling here at Rebellion because coming up in a mere matter of moments, the Knockouts World Tag Team titles will be on the line as Ash and Heather by Elegance defend in a fatal four-way match.
As I mentioned moments ago,
I've gone with Ash and Heather to retain, but I wouldn't exactly be shocked if we saw one of the NXT teams win the Knockouts tag titles.
Of course, Steve Maclin made history becoming the first ever TNA International Champion. He will defend that title tonight against friend and rival Eric Young.
also still to come tonight in Los Angeles, it will be Balls Count Anywhere. Mike Santana and Mustafa Ali at Rebellion. And then it is our triple main event. The TNA World Tag Team titles hang in the balance after Nick and Ryan Nemeth took the titles from the Hardy compound this past week on Impact. And Jeff Hardy are out to reclaim the championships tonight.
Knockouts World titles on the line, folks. This one has got very...
So, to give you guys the actual number, AJ Styles has spent a combined 1 hour, 34 minutes, and 1 second in the LS11 Universe Royal Rumble. Get mad at the Powerpuff Girl. I mean, Cam X win. Like, that is far and away the big one for LS11 Universe with AJ.
Well, I'll tell you what, whoever it is, is going to get their WrestleMania moment, and it's going to be courtesy of the 3 most dangerous letters in all of sports entertainment.
I'm happy seeing Steve and Larson were in the reaction compilation. I'm bummed I wasn't in it, but I'm 90% sure it's because I was sitting here with like my stomach poking out like that from the way I was sitting, and probably Ray a little bit. Ray and I both just kind of our shirts were not all the way up, and neither of us noticed.
To the fans, and I did it in front of 60,000 people at WrestleMania.
I would have just liked my oh my god to be in there. They could have cropped it if they wanted to.
Back to whatever they want. Hold on there a minute, babe. I believe you got your ass whooped on Sunday. Let's talk about it. I did lose to the RKO. I did it in front of 60,000 people at WrestleMania. I was in the ring, and you were in the stands. Your TNA World Champion has some.
All right, now the question is,
The NXT
who has the longest combined women's time in all this living universe? I don't think it's Jordan with her 40-minute performance. But now it's also like I'm going to have to go through every women's Rumble participant from every women's Rumble I've done and time them out. Oh, Ariana Grace is on commentary. My guess is that maybe Bliss, because she originally had the longest combined time. I don't expect anyone to have an idea. The issue is, I've got 4 women's Rumbles I have not done the times on. Let's see, Jordan Grace had 40 minutes and 6 seconds. I've got that written down. First 2 would be easy because of the glitch. First 2 are done. I've got the first 2 done. It's 3, 4, 5, 6 that I don't have. Because it used to be Adam and I would sit down, and he would do the men's and I would do the women's. And then in season 3, Adam vanished. He went back to his home planet, Cleveland. Kind of surprised that AJ's in the lead of the combined Rumble time. Well, it's because he's had 2 Iron Man performances. That's what really put in the work, because his other Rumble performances have not been great. Like, see, the 2016 Rumble, he was in there for half an hour. This Royal Recipe hands down the best one you've done, in my opinion. I'm glad you enjoyed it. But yeah, 2016, AJ was in for 34 minutes. Season 3, which was 2022, he was in there for 40 minutes. So those together already make up most of that hour and a half. My guess is it's gonna be Bliss. Because I think Bliss has been in almost all the Rumbles I've done. She wasn't in this year's for a reason that you guys will see eventually. So what I'm just going to do is I'll just do it the way Adam and I used to. I'll pull up the Rumble. It is weird that, like, Shotzi has suddenly stopped showing up with Chemical X. Let's see, where's the... Season 3 Rumble. That one's got Austin on the thumbnail. I know that much. There it is. Episode 61 of 2K23, or 2K22. Kicked off with Seth and Cody. Went into the Women's Rumble, which started with Liv Morgan and Stacy Keibler. Guarantee you it's not Stacy Keibler who has the longest time in a Women's Rumble in LS11 universe. Pretty much tell you that one. So they both started at 15:21.
Shut your mouth, Toots. I'll take it from here because I'm the personal concierge. But you've been singer and bluesers here in Los Angeles. Shut your mouth.
Seems very underrated. Practically all Rumbles have been good. Yeah, there's not really been any LS11 Rumbles where I've been like, I didn't like that one. Who's Blossom Bubbles Buttercup? I gotta be real with you, man. I'm not a big Powerpuff Girls buff, so I don't know. I feel significantly better about picking Ash and Heather to win right now. That's the most I'm gonna say on that. They always have good attires on these pay-per-views. Let's see. See, the time calculations is the hardest part of doing the Rumbles, by the way. And that is... But last season has got to be the best women's match, 3 Stages of Hell. Anyways, I know why you're saying that. Anyways, Heather Reed this defense under pressure. Dolan packs his second tag team title shot this week. WWE. This is Spitfire's contractual obligated rematch. And Legend Jackson tag team wins TNA and NXT this year. Pretty much the only team I'm going into that's like, yeah, I'd rather not see them win is I'd rather not see Spitfire win. They had the belts like all of last year. I don't really want to see that again. Hi, JT. What's up? All right, 3 minutes and then 49 seconds. Yeah. I'm going through and getting the times for the women's rumbles finally because I haven't done that. Yeah, totally the stipulation. We all know you really like Cora and Roxanne, Zach. We're all very well aware. So I know why you like the 3 Stages of Hell match between them, because they're your 2 favorites and they were fighting over the world title. I know. Right, 3 minutes and 4 seconds for Andy in that Rumble. And to answer any questions, anyone new here, like why is he going through all of this? It is quite simply because I am... It is because I have decided to make graphics for the website that break down the Rumble by the numbers a little bit better. And I do not have the times of all of the competitors set anymore. God, I forgot Season 3's Rumble, Lita ran wild.
GG Dolan.
2 minutes and 26 seconds for Aaliyah. I mean, wait, no, that's wrong. Hold on. Yeah. No. Has the match started yet? Yep, it sure has. Okay, so 17:36 to 21:19. That is 3 minutes to get to the 20 mark. And then 24 seconds to get to the 21 mark. 24 plus 19 is... Wait, 24 plus 19... Those are 23 plus 20, so 43. 3 minutes, 43 seconds. Welcome to watching me do mental math on stream, while we also watch TNA. Because hell yeah, TNA. What match is it? The women's, or the Knockouts tag titles? The 4-way match? Jeez. So, Liv was in there from 15:21 to 22:06. So, 6 minutes to get to 21. And then 6 minutes, 39 plus 6, 45. 6 minutes, 45 seconds.
That's just breaking every wall. Gets into the fray. Here's the cover. Oh, a covering kick out by Jackson. Champion sole representation at this point. No kidding. We talked about ever since this short part.
So, 450 from the X is fucking insane. It really was, wasn't it? Oh, and my show, which, by the way, legit am watching with my TNA Plus subscription. It ain't like I'm pirating it. Feed completely cuts out. Like, I admit, I paid the $150 for TNA Plus last year. I mean, my feed came back pretty quick, but, like, just not expecting that. John Cena doing a cinematic match. I don't really care about cinematic matches nowadays, if I'm quite honest with you. I don't think a cinematic match works quite as well nowadays when there's crowds again. It was fun in the pandemic, but like, what are you gonna do? Make a bunch of people pay hundreds of dollars to stare at a giant screen? Like, wait, I don't know. Two winners of the men's rumble. Who's Luger? Who's Brett? Well, seeing as in real life, Luger unsuccessfully challenged for the belt in the opener of Mania 9, Mania 10, and Brett won in the main event. If I told you that, then I couldn't tell. Then that would just be giving away what's going to happen this season. And who's to say that one has to be Luger, one has to be Brett? Because we might just be doing something completely different. It might not be one challenges in the opener, one challenges in the main event. I mean, yeah, it does sound realistic to corporations nowadays. You're right. Triple threat. Perhaps, perhaps not. It's all on Ray at this point. Also, Zach, I'm gonna. I mean this in a joking way. I mostly mean this in a joking way, but this is me poking a little bit of fun at you for the Roxanne and Cora stuff. Because I'm working on the Season 3 Royal Rumble times right now, and unfortunately your chats got deleted from that one due to some YouTube thing where a lot of chats got deleted from certain people. But I would just like to remind you, Zach, these two women that you worship in the chat nowadays, when they debuted in the Rumble, your reaction was, who? To both of them. Just gonna remind you that. Just because I think it's funny. How things change. Can they get their shit together, please, TNA? Okay, I'm not the only one having TNA plus problems, apparently. And Ash and Heather win. There you go. Who's won so far? Moose, Ash and Heather, Fatal Influence, Elijah when it was Shane Haste accepting. And I think that's it. Thoughts on Ricochet's laugh? I find him obnoxious, so I guess he's doing something right. All right, seems Ash and Heather have a new friend. Yeah, I agree. Leon Slater's got to get that belt off Moose. That was such a bullshit finish. That was a very TNA way to keep Leon from getting the belt.
WrestleMania and this past Thursday on Impact. Zachary Wentz sustained bruised ribs following a violent backstage assault by the system at Unbreakable. Despite the injury, Wentz will compete at Rebellion. Vance Warner and Sami Callihan are each recovering from multiple lacerations suffered during their absolutely brutal barbed wire massacre match at Unbreakable. Both men required stitches and are currently sidelined while healing. This TNA injury report is presented by BioFlex.
They keep playing up this Joe is injured thing. Like that he's got an injury in storyline.
MDK's Shane Mace, but ultimately Elijah was able to smooth victory, making
First ever, who wants to walk?
Just gonna say, oh boy, what's JT just gonna say?
Great time, got the victory. Now,
Powerpuff Girls Chemex
get ready.
lost 2 tag title opportunities back to back. They sure did. Yep.
Joe Hendry.
They better win their next one. Maybe so.
It's been making headlines around the world, and tonight is going to be another one. Because I believe he is going to obtain that TNA championship.
I think the Elijah heel turn is coming.
But coming up next, it is all about six-man tag team action as the Rascals, with Sean Waltman in their corner, take on the System. Tag team match.
God, yeah, so let's see. I'm still on the season 3 women's rumble right now. Probably my least favorite women's rumble, quite honestly. It's just absolutely lacking star power. Like, in all fairness, though, this was 2022. This is when we had lost everyone. We had lost everyone at this point. We just lost Tegan Knox. We'd lost Naomi and Sasha. Does Elijah beat Hendry? I can see it. Like, we'd lost so many people. We'd lost Tegan, Naomi, Sasha. We'd lost Dakota. We thought we were going to be losing Io. He didn't maintain possession long enough. Motherfucker, it's who hits the ground with possession of the belt. Who has possession of the belt when it hits the ground? He hit the ground with it. That's like saying, I'm going to make a football reference of all things. I'm not a football guy at all. But that's like someone hitting the ball into the end, like getting the touchdown in the end zone, the ball tapping the grass, and then someone comes out of nowhere and football tackles them, and they just go, well, they touched the end zone, but it's not a touchdown because they got hit. Oh no, fucking football. That might be how it works. I'm not a football guy. The Rascals will never get the spray paint in sync, will they? It will always be a little too slow. They will always be a little too slow for their entrance video. No, that was the previous season, Zach. This is the season where Roxanne and Cora debuted, and you said who? About both of them. Like, that was where this Rumble was just filled with NXT names and legends. It was the one that Raquel won. X-Pac in the corner of the Rascals. With his not quite DX theme. Alba was probably saved by being friends with Chelsea and Piper. Well, you say that, Ray, but they were teasing that B. Priestley, Blair Davenport, was going to be in that role, and then she got released right before it could happen. So I think it's just a matter of maybe Triple H saw more in Alba Fire because he liked her as a single star in NXT.
Zachary Wentz told me literally earlier today, he's basically a love child between Sean Walton and Jeff Hardy. We'll see later tonight.
To give you an idea of where our women's division was in season 3 and why I don't like this Rumble too much, Katana Chance eliminates Roxanne Perez in this one. Like, Roxanne Perez makes her debut, doesn't really do much. This is the season. This is the year where she wins the women's title and pins Rhea for the first time. But, like, it was an uphill battle getting her over with the fans. She and Cora came and went a lot. Fortunately, them being in 2K23. No, they weren't in 2K23, actually. Fortunately, you know, the old bastard retired, and then Sean was kind of given full freedom with NXT, and they got rid of the color vomit. Let's see. Yeah, the mental math is not that fun. Yeah, they were created wrestlers, but like it, you know, it's just like season 3. No fault of our own. We were not working with much in the women's division. Like, once I get this done, I'm going to read you all the lineup of who was in the season 3 women's rumble. No, they weren't in 2K23, Zach. They were in 2K24. 24 was their game debut last year. That was when Cora had the skateboard entrance, was last year. Yep, Team 2001. What a time it was. They had the Cora skateboard entrance in 2K23. I mean, I'm confused. No, they weren't in 2K23, bud. They weren't. I assure you, they weren't. Her entrance was not in 2K23 because she was not in the game. That's what I'm saying, because I'd gotten a little confused over myself there. I said them being in 2K23 is part of what made it easier to get them over, and then I realized, no, they weren't in 2K23. They didn't arrive till 2K24, which is why it was the uphill battle to get them over, because they weren't actually in the game. Before was the Mean Girl entrance. Nope. Well, wait. No, hold on. No, you might be right. Nope, nope, I am wrong. I was thinking 2K22 is where they were created wrestlers. 23 was the skateboard, 24 is the Mean Girl. You are correct. 22 is what I meant, where it was hard to get them over. Because they were both created wrestlers. I'm tired. I got in an argument with someone at fucking Walmart, of all places, today. So, it tells you where my days have been. And the premiere was exhausting. Premieres are fun, but they're exhausting. Let's see. Yes, JT? Why don't you tell me you got into an argument at Walmart sooner? Why? Dear God, why? Where is this going, JT? I'm scared. Where are we going with this? Not an argument. Walmart, like, how does that even happen? So I'm a delivery driver for Walmart, as you all know, called Spark. They've apparently put up self-checkout specifically for Spark drivers only in my local Walmart. Didn't know about it. The only indication is a sticker on them. And all you do is you pick up the person's groceries, you put them in your cart, you scan your phone at the self checkout, it says ding, you're done. You get a little thing on your phone, you bag the groceries, you go. Scan the thing on my phone, got in the thing, woman standing there guarding the self checkout goes, "Are you a Spark driver?" I went, "Yes." That's a big no no. You don't use these checkouts, you use the ones down there. You need to go down there to scan your phone. And I just showed her, I was like, "I already scanned it. I'm just going to take the bags and bag them in my car." She's like, "Well, I'll let you do it this time." I was like, I just looked at her, and what are you going to do when I scan it? Are you going to make me scan it again? It's not going to work. Like in the back of my mind, I was also like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You're like a 60-year-old lady. You're not going to be able to get me fired from a freelancing job. Like, what the fuck, man? It happens because Karen thought she had a lot more power than she does at that store. And I got a delivery drive all day tomorrow, too. I don't know what her actual age was. She looked a little on the older side, yeah. Still would have drop kicked her. Of course you would have. Can't say I expected anything less from you. Even more so now. Jesus. Oh, JT, you are quite the character, ain't you? It's fine. I'm not looking for everyone to apologize to me for it. No one here did anything to cause it. 7 minutes 40 seconds, right? Or is it 8 minutes 40 seconds? Yeah, 8 minutes 40 seconds. But yeah, I got a delivery drive all day tomorrow too, because essentially rent is due, and rent is due, and I'm about $170 behind, so I got a delivery drive to get that rent money. Oh man, how far into this rumble am I again? I've lost count. Here's where Cora Jade debuted. I remember Cora Jade came in and got like 2 huge eliminations, and people were shocked by it. And once again, a lot of people were just like, "Who?" And that's when I was like, "Oh god, the future generation in WWE is fucking doomed," because everyone's written them off because it's not black and gold. So therefore, it was terrible, and nothing was good about it, and there were no good stars there. Good talent, bad booking, essentially. He just pulled the spiral tap, jeez. Question: if you were a wrestler, what brand would you want to be on? Title would you go for? What would your ring name be? I don't know. TNA. Oh, X Factor to Alicia. I don't know. I guess. I guess TNA. I guess the digital media title's gone, so I guess that international title, and probably use the Hammerlock DDT. It's one of my favorite moves. And probably just use my real name as a ring name if I could. I don't know. I don't really think about it too often. Thoughts on twerking? I feel like you ask me my thoughts on fucking twerking every week. And I always tell you, I don't really care for it, but if people want to do it, all the power to them. Probably get much creative freedom. Yeah, I gotta just go for tag team titles, then just do the Charlotte Flair Eva Marie story. Well, with me being the shit one and Joe Hendry having to help me. And Rascals and Ace Austin with the win. Oh, okay, Robert, that's fine. We're watching a TNA pay-per-view a week later that has nothing to do with that, but that's fine that you felt that WrestleMania Vegas sucked. I don't know what reaction you were hoping to get out of me. Okay, well, now you've crossed a line. Coming in here and talking about Joe Hendry. We do not take Joe Hendry slander in this household. Joe Hendry, that's my guy. Yeah, the Charlotte and Eva team idea. I still think I would have made it work.
This is your first defense as the international champion. I know the last time I saw you, you left by her passed out and alone. Steve, talk to me. Are you okay?
Steve Macklin with just the 1,000-yard stare going on here. Yeah, that was another one of those releases fucked it up kind of things. I think I would have made it work better nowadays if Eva Marie was still around, because I could do the promos now with the voice changer app that I use. I do really like that international title, by the way. It's a good looking belt. Like that nice blue strap. Let's see.
In the end, it's Macklin and Young for the TNA International title.
Was it on LIW or GCW? Voice changer helped the direction. It really did. It was a game changer. Like it was a massive game changer. I'm not doing half those promotions, he said, JT, but I get your point. Change the mix side of the streamline era. Yeah, me too. TNA International title looks much better than the AEW International title. I agree. I do agree with you on that one. Oh. Bring up to 35. That takes 20. 8 minutes and 20 seconds. God, I forgot Cora Jade actually all ran wild in the season 3 Rumble. She eliminated Trish, Shayna, and Zelina in it, and it was her debut. I really wish she had been more over with people at that point, which I think, you know, her heel turn definitely, and just the last year or so, the last year and a half or so, really helped. Really helped solidify her, and she found who she was. She wasn't ready at first, for sure. But, I mean, she got 3 huge eliminations in LS11 in her first night there.
Macklin versus Young. Rebellion, and look at Macklin right out of the gates.
See the look in the eyes of Eric Young. Even after that, Eric Young, oh guys, he just stood there silent.
Mommy's little girl is doing wonders for her. Good God, that nickname is so good, though, isn't it? Yeah, the pairing with Rhea definitely did wonders, for sure. I started teasing that back in 2K23, and that made people really start caring, as I paired her up with Core Roxy. I was pretty proud of that one. I was pretty proud of that one. I gotta do this 3 more fucking times. You can do special guest rep match when they originally feel like Clash of the Castle. I know, Zach. I know you really want CM Punk to referee a match between them. I would not have ended up doing that because that wasn't what I wanted to do with Punk. He would have just came back at that point. Like, I know, you really want that to be a thing. But that was never going to be on my plans, even if special guest ref was in 2K23. I wouldn't have done it because I had no desire to with those two. Punk literally returned in the middle of their feud and was doing his stuff with AJ Styles. It would not have made sense. It would have been just doing it for the sake of pleasing the group online that know that they both really liked Punk. Let's see. A minute and... Minute 44? Yeah. Alright, Northern Armory being kicked out. Special guest referee match in LAW. Could I do a special? If the story calls for it, we'll see. Yeah, JT, what's up? What are we waiting about? Is mayonnaise an instrument? No, JT. Mayonnaise is not an instrument. Horseradish isn't an instrument either. All right, there we go. So, the Women's Rumble from Season 3. Just to give you guys an idea of how fucked we were at that point, because so many people had gotten released. Like, let's see. I feel like that's an LAW segment there. Might be. Might be. Pretty good, Squidward. Thank you. I really enjoy doing SpongeBob character voices. Squidward is one of the ones I do best. I also do a pretty good Patrick. Is mayonnaise an instrument? I've been working on plankton just a little bit. Relax, Squidward. I don't deal in chum anymore. I'm selling NFTs now. Crabs. Wait a minute. That's not right. It should say, the day crabs fries. Hello. I like money. I can't do Mr. Krabs that well. I'm not even going to attempt SpongeBob. I can definitely not do SpongeBob. Look, when you grow up and you're not really allowed to have friends over, this is how you entertain yourself. You learn how to do character voices, and your toys go on just all these adventures where you do really good voices. Yeah, no, I will not even be attempting to do SpongeBob's voice. Oh, I did not even put in a time here. Hold on. Let me get these times typed in, and then I will tell you all, like, I'll give you all just an idea of how screwed we were in Season 3. You entertain yourself with Joe Swanson playing against Squidward and Patrick. And other characters. Well, I can do plenty of others. Those are just the ones I show off most. There's a lot that just aren't other characters. They're just voices I came up with / riffed off of other stuff. That's all voice acting is you're riffing and doing your own stuff. I, once again, did not give that one a time. Whoops, that is 4 minutes and 32 seconds. Right? Yeah. That sounds right. 432. 436. 808. Twenty. About Doof, since you do a reference in the show. I can do Doof pretty well. Hold on. Ah, Penny the Platypus. What an unexpected surprise. And by unexpected, I mean completely expected. It's definitely not perfect by any means, but it's one of my favorites to do, so. I do like doing the Heinz Doofenshmirtz voice quite a lot. That's part of why there's not many open roles for Sonic Speed Adventure, because I can do a lot of voices. And Macklin with the dub in a decent match, I guess. Okay, so to give you guys just an idea of what we were dealing with in 2023 or 2022. Oh, my back. But to give you guys an idea of what we were dealing with in 2022, here, oh my god, they're hanging him by a chain. Choking him with a chain and the ropes. But, yeah, no. So this is what the Women's Rumble lineup was in Season 3. This is what it looked like when we had so many releases. Liv Morgan, Stacy Keibler, Mandy Rose, Aaliyah, Lita, Indy Hartwell, Becky Lynch, Sonya Deville, Ivy Nile, Kaylee Ray, aka Alba Fire, Natalia, Roxanne Perez, Carmella, Gail Kim, Elektra Lopez, Casey Catanzaro, aka Katana Chance, Shotzi, Lacey Evans, Trish Stratus, Maurice, Asuka, Caitlyn, Zelina Vega, Cora Jade, Shayna Baszler, Bianca Belair, Tamina, Charlotte Flair, Blair Davenport, Raquel Rodriguez. Folks, a man who thought there was just a chance he was a wee bit autistic. Fuck you, right? Fuck you. Asshole. Just because you're right doesn't mean you have to say it.
Movie aficionado and star.
TNA Wrestling's Rebellion.
All right, Mike Santana, Mustafa Ali coming up next. I've got Santana for this one because the whole story has been like Ali's trying to make him relapse into like drinking and stuff, and you don't have him lose in this story. You don't have Santana lose in this story because that just paints a very bad picture. Also, Ray, if you're still here, I think you might remember this as well. Just I'm typing in the stats from the season 3 Rumble. Something that happened in the season 3 that I so specifically remember. We had Team 2001 in the inaugural women's title or women's tag title tournament, right? And I just distinctly remember Team 2001, Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez. I was saying Roxanne Perez the way I always do. And someone commented, it's pronounced Roxanne Perez, not Roxanne Perez. And the most they did was they changed it by putting like an accent over the E or something in their comment. And it was like, all right, this is giving it's Leviosa, not Leviosa. Like, I distinctly remember Ray just sending me a screenshot of that, followed by the J. Jonah Jameson, the I mean, excuse me, the you serious? Paying in advance for what? For standing there? Oh, excuse me. I hate that I hiccuped my way through all of that, but that was a fun entrance for Mustafa Ali. Yeah, it's got to be a Santana win on this one. I always dig Mustafa Ali's gear, though. Well, Vice Project Lopez was hilarious, not gonna lie. Oh my god, yeah, that was so fucking funny, man. That was hilarious. Just and in comes Elektra Lopez. Elektra Lopez, brother, she got released 3 months ago. Didn't think I expected co-winners. Yeah, I don't think so either. Say anything. People get fired a lot, Xander. I'm aware, Ray. I'm aware.
Tonight, Mike Santana is winning this special was a gift from the legend homicide.
All right, Women's Rumble. Let me. Season 4. Stars with Charlotte and Mickey. I remember that. Mickey was the women's champion in Ring of Honor at the time in LS11 Universe. Alright, Season 4 Rumble. This is the one that Asuka wins. I remember this one. I like this one was like where things were back on the come up for us. First I go to CDs, I don't see anything. Well, slip ups happen, so. When it's something that blatant, I call Ray out on it, like, just to mess with him, but, like... I'm not the kind of guy that if, you know, Ray or literally anyone else, like, we had Grizzly on, and he called Bronson Reed's Death Drop the Beach Break, Orange Cassidy's name for it. I'm like, same move, makes sense. I wasn't gonna sit there and go, "Will you re-record the whole match because you got this move name wrong?" I'm like, I don't care. I don't care enough for that. I'm not nitpicking with it. Like a bit of the mutiny storyline. Okay. Gotta ask. Alright, what's up? I haven't touched it in a while. The Rhea Roxy Becky Triple H holds them. Oh, I love that match. I was really happy with that matchup. I remember that one. Yeah, Grizzly did great. Really enjoyed his match that he commentated for us. Still very appreciative that he did it. I was dying listening to his commentary in the best way. Like, thoughts on the NXT Mutiny Championships? They're fine, I guess. But yeah, listening to Grizzly's commentary for our match, it almost gave me Snoop Dogg vibes from WrestleMania 39. Like, in all the best ways of, like... I gave him the notes of, like, the facts about some of the stuff. But then he was just riffing with stuff and just going like, holy shit, oh, he's beating his ass. And that was just the funniest thing. It made me laugh so hard. Oh, it just had me dying. I was almost crying listening to us. This is so fucking funny. It was such a clash of styles, is what it was. Compared to, sorry, what are you apologizing for, JT? I mean, the NXT Unity titles. Oh, the Unity titles are cool. I think the idea of mixed tag team titles is a cool idea. Yeah, his commentary, it was very different from Ray and I, but I think that's what made me really enjoy it, was it was nice to have just something a little different.
outside edges of the arena.
But yeah, no, it was very funny. I'm definitely... There's a very solid chance you will see me attempting to get Grizzly back for more kickoff shows in the future. Um, oh my god, where are we going with this? Is Ali about to dive onto everyone? Oh, there he is! This match is wild. Who did you use for the women's side of the My Rise? I played as my My Rise playthrough that I never finished. I did Alexander and Eliza Blackstone. And I got to picking my partners for Survivor Series, and I've not touched it since because I've been busy, but I plan to get back to it eventually.
Dragging Santana back to ringside here, where the fight continues. Look at the steam chairs.
Yeah, season 4 Rumble. That's the women's Rumble I'm working on right now. The lineup in this one was definitely a lot better. This is where we got a lot of people back. Grizzly should join us from the Mega Man. We'll see. That would definitely be scheduling 3 very busy people's schedules to be together. As fun as it would be, I'm not sure how feasible it would be. Were both personalities used for them? God, hers was like the strategized, his was like the wild and wacky one or whatever. Like he reformed the NWO while she was like going to Japan and stuff. I don't distinctly remember, quite honestly. Like, I remember him reforming NWO, and R-Truth just being R-Truth about it. What is Ali thinking here? Holy! Caution calculated and Indy Star. Yeah, yeah.
Here we go. Santana is showing me time. And Ali can't believe it. Take a look at this. Ali all the way across the ring. No gear, no bounce, no nothing. Everything and everything to obliterate like Santana from the equation once and for all.
Once Santana kicked out, by how much more was he got left after that?
Let's see here. Doing the mental math is fun. Sami Zayn mixed with a bit of Snoop Dogg commentary. I guess. But yeah, I appreciated him doing the cred plug as well. I did appreciate him playing along with the cred joke. I sent him a DM this morning to let him know I appreciated that he played along with it. He was like, that popped me. He was like, I'm a big South Park fan. I didn't preview the footage ahead of time, so that popped me huge.
Right here on the apron. You love it when a plan comes together. Skyler looking for his own revenge, which you can understand. No kidding. Face, look out. We knew this one would get dangerous. Look at
I always forget that the legends in LS11 Universe Royal Rumbles always have way more shine than they should get in the women's. Oh my god! Yeah. Hi. Oh, yeah, it's right there on the table.
Sending the fellow around.
Okay.
still kicking out. Listen, this is the longest qualifications matchup. Skyler and continue the assault.
But yeah, no, like I say that about the legends always getting way more shine than they should. Like Brie Bella got 2 different eliminations over pretty big names in the women's rumble in season 4. Like she eliminated the previous year's winner. And it's like I'm not gonna restart the whole rumble over something like that. But like season 3, most of the eliminations went to legends. It went to Trish, Lita, Gail Kim.
Like Santana and John Skyler. Somewhere. Great hands from their hand of flesh from Mike Santana. Oh, Santana! Look out!
Alright, down go the Great Hands, as they call them.
Look, they're fighting. I get that. That's being a stand-up guy, whatever it is. But this is just beyond. This is a man.
Okay, so, Eva Marie is actually not the holder of the shortest amount of time in a women's rumble in LS11 Universe, with her season 2 time of 31 seconds. It actually belongs to Chelsea Green in season 3. Or no, it actually might belong to Sonya Deville in season 4 with 18 seconds. She came in and Brie Bella. Oh, there's Janice. The barbed wire bat. Oh no, Janice is the spiked bat. My bad. Yeah, they were the good hands at one point. I remember that. So it's actually Sonya Deville who has the shortest time in a women's rumble in LS11 Universe at the moment. Oh boy, there's a table.
heels, standing in front. He's got to be careful.
Oh boy. Oh my god, he's gonna take out. What is he doing? Mike, what are you doing? Oh my god. I know he took the brunt of it for her, but oh my god.
Away with a steel chair. But that's the man he has to be. That's the man he has to pin to the floor, to the mat, to wherever in this hall, not anywhere.
There's something just like irritating my arm. That's why I keep looking down at it for those wondering.
Mustafa Ali. The great hands. They're still lying. What's Bobby got to the falls count anywhere match and has continued. Both these men have been through so much punishment. What is it going to take? And that's what is it to break either one of these men? What will break first, your body or your mind? That is the test. Ali, thinking about leaping over those steps.
No, Santana's taking out the great hands. Everyone's got any burning questions about the Rumble, the making of it, behind the scenes stuff, whatever. Obviously, these streams are your best time to ask those questions, as you know. Especially when I'm just doing something like this. Like, especially when I'm... Oh my god, Santana! Holy hell! Oh my god! Oh my god, that was vicious. And now the feed's just completely gray. There it is. Oh my god, barbed wire to the skull. Oh, it was behind the scenes at the Rumble this year. You gotta have to be a little more specific on that one. When I say behind the scenes stuff, I mean like more specific questions than just, what's behind the scenes? Like, we made the episode. Oh, Santana's still breathing. Spin the block. 1, 2, 3. Santana with the dub. Right choice. 100% the right choice on that one.
the TNA World title capture and some highlights of this match. Exploring the space here in the Galen. What a save. It was absolutely. These guys took it everywhere, putting everything on the lines to destroy one another. Destroy what the other stood for, what the other believed in. Warriors all tried their best to believe, but in the end, no matter what happened,
It's always supposed to be a like some and was it always supposed to be Punk and Cody? Yeah, yeah. As Ray just said, this was the furthest out we'd had Rumble plans. Like we'd had Rumble winners planned without any kind of change during the season. Yeah, Cody and Punk were always meant to do the Brett and Luger spot essentially, and do the double win. That's pretty much been the plan since the start of the season. Really, Ray kind of came to me with it. Ray, you can correct me if I'm wrong here. Obviously, I think Ray came to me around 2, maybe 3 months into the season. I was like, hey, here's what I've got in mind. He was like, we're on our 6th Rumble. You've done a couple retro ones. I think it's time to do something people haven't seen before.
world is watching TNA Rebellion. This area, the calling shot conflict winner from right here in Los Angeles. He is officially called his shot and he will be getting this TNA World Title shot that he is coveted. Can he capture the title that is elusive throughout his incredible career? But it was this man who tried to take that opportunity from him, sliding in and getting a TNA World Title shot, representing NXT and Ethan Page. Get it done tonight in the main event of Rebellion. Ethan Page getting his first ever shot at the TNA World Championship, and there is the champion, Joe Henry, riding off of his WrestleMania moment last weekend. But you see that 2 weeks ago, Tim, he is dealing with a rotator cuff injury that has been exacerbated. Later on tonight. Well, right now, we've got our broadcast colleague, Tia Miller, at ringside.
Oh my God, it's Indy Hartwell. Indy Hartwell's joining the Knockouts division. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Cody was booked as the winner pretty much since the beginning. I came up with the double win about halfway through the season. That's right. That sounds right. Yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, TNA is a great fit for Indy. Oh, was Cody always going to win the U.S. title? That's a great question. That's more of a Ray question. Since he's here, I know he'll probably be able to answer that. I believe that was always Ray's plan, was to use that as a way to kind of build Cody back up. Okay, what's the question about the Rumble, JT? Oh, I'm scared of this one. Where's this going?
Is about to begin. First on tap. It is the Knockouts World Championship.
Where was No Way Jose? No Way Jose died on the way back to his home planet. I'm sorry. They're not going to put the belt on Tessa, right? I couldn't bring myself. I couldn't bring myself to predict. Oh, was Cody always going to win the Rumble as U.S. champion? That one I'm not sure. I know Cody's always been the planned Rumble winner, but as for was he going to walk in with the U.S. title? I don't know. I think there's been a couple times where Ray has considered taking the belt off of him throughout the season.
Except for the beginning of our triple main event sold out live in Los Angeles. Let's look at the sale of the tape. Two very evenly matched stars. Incredible intensity for both Slamovich and Tessa Blanchard. Slamovich is on a 10-match winning streak in singles competition. Meanwhile, Tessa Blanchard trying to recapture the Knockouts World Championship she held years ago.
Oh, God. They might put the belt on her. That's my big fear, is that they'll actually put the belt on her.
Tessa Blanchard has done a great job of doing that very few have ever done.
Roles are reversed this time with Cody and Drew. What's the hardest part about booking the card for the Royal Rumble over a regular pay-per-view? Please don't the is win. Well, that would almost tell you if he keeps through the WrestleMania, so I can't quite answer that time. Fair enough, right? God, what is the hardest part about booking the Rumble? Your resources are a lot more limited because a lot of your top guys are in the Rumble. And then also sometimes filling the Rumble is tough because you gotta try and find the right balance, you know? Like you gotta find the right balance of legends getting their spots in versus people that are around now getting their time to shine. Right, like we had Awesome Kong come in, and Kong eliminated Piper Niven and Alba Fire, last year's winner and the United States champion. And so, like, if you have seen the premiere page for Raw tomorrow, Awesome Kong's on Raw tomorrow, which came about because of the Rumble showing. Um, and so I think it's definitely your resources are limited for some matches, and then you gotta make the Rumble interesting, and you gotta essentially you've got the hardest match of the year to record because you want to make it good, and you've also we'll start with a dive right out of the gate, but you want to make the Rumble good, but you don't want to make it predictable. DDP was a fun surprise. Yeah, I'm glad people were happy about that. That was a Ray idea. Once we saw there was a modern DDP in the game, Ray was like, "Well, I think we should have DDP in there." I was like, "All right, let's do it." So these are just banned champions from competing in the Rumble. No, I mean world champions obviously aren't going to be in there, but
By Masha Slamovich, and think about the emotions running through the mind of Masha Slamovich. Think of the way that Tessa Blanchard has taken every possible opening in tag team matches to score the pinfall that set up this title match. And that's very calculated. It's all hard. It's underhanded if you want to call it that, but it was effective from Blanchard. It got her more in the face, didn't it? It got her exactly to this point where she wanted to be, fighting for the Knockouts World Championship. It's been nearly 6 years since Blanchard held the Knockouts World Championship. Smashing that knee into the champion's cover. Champion's
So when I saw Awesome Kong, I immediately realized, oh, this is the Legends anime we're talking about. Right. So yeah, to give some context on that one, folks, in the creative team, which Pierre's part of, I mentioned that there was a legend that had a way better showing in the Rumble than she was supposed to, and so I had to pivot some booking around that. But I wasn't going to say who because everyone would know her when they saw her in the Rumble proper, and so yeah, and so as Pierre said, when he saw Awesome Kong come out, he was like, "Oh, this is who Xander was talking about." Yeah, because she was 100% not intended to have that great of a showing. Hold on, I'm having to do the math here. How long in advance do you pick the entrances? Some of them are decided day of. Some of them are decided in advance. DDP was decided in advance. Uh, awesome Kong was decided day of. A lot of the people, like the legends and stuff, I will say the Rumble was easy. You should have recorded 2 people. Yeah, yeah. Also, I don't know why Awesome Kong's so towering. She's only 5'11", but the game has her at like 6'3" for some reason. I'm just leaving it. Like, I'm leaving it. I think it's funny.
God, look at this. Look at the particular slam of it. You're saying absolutely convinced us. Right off. There. On the hook to that injured leg, shoulder stabbing, forcing slam.
Let's see. That makes 12 minutes and no, that makes 12 minutes and hold on. 12 minutes 10 seconds? Yeah. And then and there we go. 44, 47. Winner would be 1950. There we go. Okay, that is the season 4 women's Rumble times down. One thing I've been doing on the back end as well is regularly out some tire act the green. Yeah, I thought it looked cool when I saw it when I was editing the kickoff show, technically this morning. Because like I said, I literally was up until about 5 in the morning editing. Because I had a D&D game last night that went until almost 4 in the morning. I actually found a logo where it's the yin yang symbol with dragons and Comic Camp's logo for me. I think that's cool though. I personally think that's really cool. I should have been charging my phone this whole time and had not been thinking about it. I just heard it give the 15% buzz, so I need to plug that up because Missile has a bad habit of knocking it off of the charger at night because it's on a pad instead of the cable when I go to bed because the pad turns off when it senses my phone is at 100%, but Missile doesn't let it get that far. But yeah, we were playing D&D last night. We were up till 4 in the morning playing. It's a lot of fun though. I had a great game, great session. Playing Curse of Strahd. If doesn't know what that one is, essentially Dracula. And I dropped a line so hard that it earned me inspiration, which for those that don't play means essentially earned me the ability to roll the dice again if I didn't like the roll one time. And that line was my character, Jonathan Candleheart, as we know, John Wick, essentially. He was asking someone about the BBEG, the big bad evil guy, aka Strahd, aka Dracula, and he asked, "Does he bleed?" He finds out that he very well might. Says that's all I need to know. One of the other characters in our party went, "Why did you want to know that, John?" And I dropped the cold ass line, "If you make God bleed, man will cease to believe in him." Which, yes, is 100% taken from Iron Man 2. Comma, however. Such a cold line. And like Alex, who is the DM, the game master for our D&D campaign, just went, "You know what? That was cold. You get inspiration." I'm like, "Fuck yeah, I do." First time I've gotten inspiration the whole campaign. She keeps going -1 inspiration anytime I make like a bad joke or something. Because we all know me. I make bad jokes. It's what I do.
Literally just obliterating the lower base of Masha Slamovich. That's how nasty and personal this has gotten.
This match just feels like nobody really wants to be there. Ah, hell. It's actually 20 minutes and 57 seconds. And then 9 minutes 56. What are they chanting? Oh, thank God, she's still in it. Oh, thank God, Masha is still in it. It's such a cold line. You gotta find how to incorporate that in LS11. I think at one point I had that line planned for Gunther. I think, in fact, I had that. I think I, in fact, did say that line about Gunther at one point when Johnny managed to bust him open. Yeah, I think I said that like at WrestleMania last year when Johnny busted Gunther open. I said that a lot of people consider Gunther to be like a god. Well, if you make God bleed, men will cease to believe in him. Oh, still not done. Come on. Cross has tights now. You love to see it. You sure do. Cross will be in a chamber qualifier on Monday. Can give you guys that little tease there. He'll be in a Haas Fest. And it's Moose in a chamber qualifier. Oh, no. Okay, she's still in it. Masha's still in it. Okay, she's still in it. I am so nervous. Like, I don't even care about the predictions game. I'm just like, I don't want Tessa as the Knockouts champion. Rumble was a war. Yeah. Both of them were. Both the men's and women's were.
Too much time. How is Slamovich climbing the ropes here? Basically one good leg. And now Slamovich trying to find a way to put away Blanchard. Supervised Blanchard though desperately.
Masha, last fans. There's not Masha's side button, please. Yeah.
Here. Dangerous territory. Precarious situation here. But Slamovich. Oh my God! I'm on that.
Oh my god. Still not done. Oh, armbar. Yeah, make her tap. And she taps. Thank God. I think I prefer the women's rumble this year. Yeah, I think I might as well. I think this year has my favorite women's rumble we've done. And I think part of that is, you know, I think a big part of that is that it was a lot of new people in it. It was a lot of first timers in the Rumble. Like, it was Jordan Grace's first Rumble. It was Zaria's first Rumble. Julia, Stephanie. Like, it was Julia's first Rumble. It was Stephanie's first Rumble. Zaria, Jordan Grace. Let's see. Who else was in there? It was, Lyra's first Rumble, I believe. I don't think she was in last year's. No, she was not. It was Lyra's first Rumble. Awesome Kong made her first ever Rumble appearance. Lola Vice. It was not Thea Hale's first Rumble, I'll tell you that. Thank God she retained. No, I'm more like, I know it's bad to say this because, like, obviously there's all the stuff with Tessa being racist, but I'm a little more concerned about Hendry. I don't want to see Kaz win the belt. Ethan Page, I think I could live with, but Kaz, I just find him so boring. God, they've had feet issues all night. It's ridiculous. Alright, tag titles up next. I've got the Hardys to retain. Tessa romance storyline. How about I just don't bring her into LS11 universe because she's a racist and a bully? Like, yeah, why don't I just not bring her into LS11 universe at all? I remember when I first started TNA Universe back in season 3. There was one guy, I don't even remember what his name is anymore because that's how little it affected me. Um, but Tessa, we coming for you. Not saying that part. Chance. But yeah, now when I first started TNA, literally every episode, there was this one guy. Again, can't remember his username. He would just constantly comment, "Where's this person? This person? This person? This person? This person?" on the TNA roster, on like the Google Doc I used to use for it. And I was like, we're like, and what about this person? This person? This person? Like first episode, where's Cody Deaner and Joe Doring and Tessa Blanchard and Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows and Eric Young and this person and this person and this person? I was like, 90% of those people aren't on the show. Like what do you want from me?
Team championship match here live. Let's take a look at the tagline. This is the highest profile brothers versus brothers tag team match in TNA history. Nick Dalton, Matt Hardy inside of a steel cage back at Sacrifice. The Nevets visited the Hardy compound this Thursday on Impact, and they absconded with the TNA World Tag Team titles.
I got the Hardys doing this one. The TNA crowd's ever thought of. Fair enough. Frazier and Liv are gonna feel into the Rumble. Well, Frazier will be on Raw tomorrow. Liv is reportedly out with injury following the stomp, so
Escape with their lives and their minds intact from the Hardy compound. That they themselves are not mentally broken after that experience. Dr. Wolfie.
he's gonna be on Raw. Have fun. Yep, he'll be there. He's in a chamber qualifier actually. And before anyone's like, how is he getting a chamber qualifier? Quite simply, have you seen the year he's had? Why wouldn't he be getting a qualifier? There's the Hardys.
looks like thunder tonight in Los Angeles at Rebellion. To reclaim the TNA World Tag Team title belt.
And we're off to the races.
Champions. As this match starts, TNA World Tag Team Champions. Reclaiming their program.
And the Hardys got the belts back in hand.
Deletion tonight at Rebellion. Try their best to send a message to the champions. Try to mess with them. But they got their minds messed up.
But yeah, I can also confirm that the 2 Elimination Chamber matches this season are going to be a #1 contenders match to determine the challenger to the WWE title at WrestleMania, and a matchup for the Women's United States Championship inside the chamber. Because otherwise, I had a feeling people would be bitching about how there's not a match for a title inside the chamber.
The Nevets now diving into the ring right after the Hardys. This match is underway. Shouldn't have expected anything else. We knew how personal this guy.
Let's see. The mental time math is a little difficult tonight, but I'm doing my best. Fortunately, you know, I do this and I've only got 1 Rumble left to do it with, is how I'm looking at it. We'll finish the WWE title 4-way. Yeah, I was really proud of that one. It was chaotic as hell, but it made sense.
Started back in sacrifice inside the confines of that cage. Big Lemon brutally.
Yeah, KO with another peak shirt. I remember Zach, I think it was, in chat saying, like, oh, I thought it'd be a Jimmy Uso mock, like a shirt to mock Jimmy. It was like, well, Kevin's not really feuding with Jimmy. Kevin is kind of feuding with Johnny more than anything. And it's not even kind of. Kevin is feuding with Johnny. Jimmy and Tommaso are just kind of the collateral damage in all of it.
Jealousy from the Nevets. There's the cover and a kick out. And then there's Ryan Nemet, who is here because his nickname is Freaky Cover. But people have been overlooking Ryan Nemet for far too long. Justifiably so. Oh, come on.
Commentary. Tom Hanneman is just absolutely destroying Ryan Nemeth on commentary. The white shoes was kind of weird, can't lie. Okay, Johnny's shirt was fantastic. Yeah, the white shoes were maybe not the greatest design choice on my part. I thought it looked cool in the moment. One of those hindsight kind of things, you know?
All over Jeff Hardy right now. Jeff.
Let's see here.
The TNA World Championship at Genesis back in January. Joe Hendry, that flips by the close about Joe Hendry. And then all these things that Matt Hardy had said about, hey, they didn't want to have Ryan Nemeth on the team heading into sacrifice. I think Nemeth made a decision to sacrifice brother. I can understand that. I can almost respect it. But to support this schmuck, Ryan Nemeth, who's only here because he's a Nepo baby brother. Here's a cover and a kick out. Nick Nemeth is blind to that fact. Ryan Nemeth has made his own career. He's wrestled all over. I've wrestled Ryan Nemeth. I know how good it is. He's also made a career all over. Comedy, film, television. Now Matt Hardy out of the corner. Trying to delete Ryan Nemeth here. This is extremely personal for Matt Hardy.
New Hartwell and Tina was not someone you were expecting. Yeah, I had a feeling that was where she was going to end up and all after everything. B Priestley is someone I'm really interested to see where she's gonna end up.
This one down, looking for the twist of fate. Evans able to block it. Using a time over stick Devin. Ryan got the attention of the referee. TNT. Ryan Nevin trying to win the titles. Ryan kick gets by Matt Hardy. And in comes Nick Nemeth. It's on the Hardy compound. And that's the Matt Hardy.
Oh man, I know there's a TNA show, so I don't really know what I was expecting, but it is underwhelming. Not really catching my interest much. So hindsight, Virgil's boots still being blue. I brought that up with you yesterday. You did. You brought that up to me while I was a little bit tipsy. Not drunk, but like a little. I'd had one drink, and that's enough to get me buzzed enough to forget things. And that is on my agenda for next time I record. It will not be fixed for Raw tomorrow, but it will be fixed by the time he wrestles next. It's on my list. I haven't really booted the game today, aside from getting the stuff to make the thumbnail and do the website updates to put Ray Phoenix on there. Maybe if Kevin's shoes were black, they'd work better. Yeah, maybe. It's also the only time he's going to use that attire specifically. So.
Team titles and a kick out. Matt Hardy. Look at this, Matt Hardy scrambling for a tag there. He knows he can get out of the ring. He knows he can get some pressure. Seth Morgan's charismatic and big fight. And this has done a great job of isolating Matt Hardy. For suplex it in the long. Cover by Matt on the kick out. Oh, both men go down hard center of the ring. For Matt Hardy here.
All right, Jeff is in.
Here's the cover to retain the tag team titles in a kick out. I'm thinking about a twist of fate. Get credit.
Whisper in the wind. I am at the 18 mark in the season 5 Rumble. I remember this is all just so that I can figure out who has the longest combined time. I think it's Rhea at this point. I don't think it's Bliss anymore. Bliss had that one really good Rumble performance, but Rhea is Iron Woman 2 different Rumbles. And was in the men's Rumble. That counts towards her overall time.
Ryan Evans deposit to the outside, courtesy of Matt Hardy here. Matt Hardy down Ryan Evans on the outside.
Nick Nemeth doesn't win with the famous, so don't act like it's a match ender commentary. You all know it's not a fucking match ender. So don't act like you think it is.
Tuning up the band tonight in Los Angeles. Closed off with a super kick. Jeff Hardy able to evade. And now man Hardy into the fray. It's again 2-on-1 here. Look out.
Hardy's miscommunication. Oh no. The result's been so far again. Oh god. I'll just Wikipedia it for you. Oh no. Fatal Influence beat Rosemary and Friends. Elijah beat Shane Hayes. Moose won the Ultimate X by bullshit. Ash by Elegance and Heather by Elegance retained the titles. Ace Austin and the Rascals won. Steve Macklin won. Mike Santana won. Masha won via submission. And the Hardys are happening now. And then the main event's up next. Matt, why do you have a chair? You're gonna get yourself disqualified, Matt. Oh no, the low blow. And I think the Nemeths are about to win the fucking tag belts. With Ryan Nemeth pinning Jeff Hardy. Gross. Oh, man. Oh, joy. Another fucking Nick Nemeth title run of some kind. In the year 2025. I got nothing on that one. It keeps Nemeth away from the world title, I suppose. I personally feel like Under Siege should be a borderline Worlds Collide show where NXT is fully invading. I think that'd be cool, personally.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are witnessing, you are a part of history tonight. This is one of the most incredibly honest pay-per-views I ever seen in my life. Now it's time for the third match of the triple main event. And I know we have opinions, we have views. Let's see what you guys say. Who's going to be the champion by the end of the night tonight?
This was a difficult decision, but for me, it's not. I know that Ethan Page is laser focused, and Frankie is, of course, he's Frankie. And I know Joe's not at 100%, but no matter what, I will always believe in Joe Hendry.
I hear you. We all believe. But I'm going Ethan Page, baby. I believe Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe effing Hendry. Now that's the passion I'm talking about. That's the condition I'm talking about.
All the predictors are going with Hendry.
Your attention to the big TV.
Yeah, please don't put the belt on Kaz. TNA. Don't TNA yourselves.
It's a bad. Tragedy, and I would like to say from the bottom of my heart, I'm sorry that I didn't end that idiot's career tonight because I could have. Michael Sam, I am calling my shot Sunday, April 27th, in the great state of California. I'm gonna have my way. I will finally become TNA World Champion. Wow, look who's back, baby. Turns out, Joe Hendry was defending the TNA World Championship. Okay, rankings comparing, only go Ethan Page. Unfortunately, the medical team have advised me not. However, I informed the medical team that I will defend the TNA World Championship after a trillion. You're a little wounded duck. If you're not at 100%, there's no way you can hang with the king of TNA. These people can believe all they want, and I don't think they're going to stop me from winning.
Yeah, no, I mean, if they put it on Ethan, I'm kind of like, yeah, that's fine. Kaz, I'm just gonna be like, what the fuck?
TNA World Champion. We are set to cap off this historic triple main event of Rebellion. Let's look at the tail of the tape. Frankie Kazarian is the caller shot Rockland winner, 4 of 5 previous past winners, on to call their shot. Become champion.
It is weird that Ethan Page has gone from Ego's Edge to Twisted Grin as his finisher. That is throwing me off that they got rid of Ego's Edge and changed it to the Twisted Grin. Which is just the twist of fate, but It's a great finisher. Don't get me wrong by any means. That is a great finisher. Ego. I'm glad Ethan Page was able to come back from the dead after, Karate Man ripped his heart out. I'm glad he survived that somehow. I was worried about him.
Well, with Frankie Kazarian, he had all eyes on something much like Frankie Kazarian looking to accomplish a bucket list item. Check it off the list. A TNA World Title run. Did he take advantage of the future champion?
And of course, he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. That's my guy. And the feed is messing up again.
Represented WrestleMania. Think about that. This company dates back 23 years. Once upon a time, on the Vulcan Jeff Sherrington, followed by David Bishop, which he had the wrestling stand. Almost saw last week at WrestleMania.
The Spas Tornado makes Cyber Wild. Like, you mean like Becky slamming Nathan asshole first on the giant cred bottle? Is that a poster or poster? It's a poster. It's a poster. It used to be on the wall over here, but then I took it down because I mounted some poster boards to do stop motion with.
From Napa Valley, California, weighing in at 220 pounds, Frankie weighing in at 225 pounds.
There's a little Karate Man kick there.
prize of TNA wrestling is at stake. Kazarian and Hendry for the TNA World Title live in Los Angeles at Rebellion. This match is underway.
And it's on. Come on, Joe.
Kazarian wants to check in weight, and that'll immediately take effect on the arm of Joe Hendry.
I mean, Kaz's entire gimmick for the last year has just been, I hate Joe Hendry, has been his gimmick. He's been like, his whole gimmick, it's just like, it's the dollar store version of Drew McIntyre and CM Punk in that regard. Except for Drew had more dimension to him. Frankie Kazarian just hates Joe Hendry because Frankie Kazarian's character's a dick. Like, there's nothing more to it.
Into the fray. That tape is will be a target. I talked to Joe Hendry earlier on saying why he wasn't splitting that tape at WrestleMania. He said that exact reason. Bigger opportunity.
I think the real reason Joe wasn't sporting the tape at WrestleMania is a storyline injury. I think the only way Joe does lose is if Trick shows up. Like, I think the only thing that happens that costs Joe the title would be a Trick showing up. I think if that happens, I think Joe wins the NXT title. I think there's a solid chance of it. There's only Kaz, the 6th ever world title shot. Craziest part, I can tell you 4 of them. That would be this one, Slammiversary last year, when he invoked Option C against Josh Alexander after Bound for Glory 2022. And Sacrifice the other night in the triple threat against Samoa Joe and Scott Steiner, where because Kurt Angle was gone, he added Frankie Kazarian to the mix, and your chances of winning drastic went down. Because Frankie Kazarian knows he couldn't beat Scott Steiner, so he didn't even try.
One of the best damn wrestlers on the planet. Call for the chicken wing here on Page. Page backing into the turnbuckle. If Page knows the danger that chicken wing poses. Leaving Hendry, think about a guillotine. Page putting all his body weight into this. Got him lost in Hendry low. Staying on his feet. In vertical.
Yes, the cred bottle was the one I was on the curb stomping from Selling to Live, and Nathan using the sledgehammer on Seth and Becky. Fair enough.
The suplex. Page and Hendry are down. Kazarian double flop. Great work for Kaz. Won the title off of Page and a kick out. Open goes to Hendry. Might have been the champion in a kick out. Kaz thought he had it on either one of them there.
Great job of fighting off two men at once here.
And think about this, Frankie Kazarian has all the pressure on him in his hometown. We're trying to set up for Frank the Black.
Why isn't there a top rope manhandle slam? There should be, if not. There is. Becky didn't have 3 finishers stored up in the match. So we called the audible in that moment to just do what we had to do then and there. Just do the superplex instead. There is one. We just, yeah, just a case of, okay. I mean, they're talking about on commentary who's going to be the first person from NXT or TNA to win a championship in the other company. So it's clearly on the radar of both companies that that is going to happen at some point.
Hendrick trying to position Ethan Page here on the top rope, and there's Frankie Kazarian to shut down the champion.
Wait a second.
Away from Fade to Black now. Hendrick, a cover.
Oh, wait a second.
Oh my God.
Tower of Doom. Tower of Doom. Down he went.
Hendrick trying to retain. Oh, Kazarian gets the left shoulder up in time.
Frank and Henry did basically throwing all that up and top rope a pound superplex combo from the champion.
There goes Page to the outside. Remember, no countouts, no disqualifications. First man to get pinfall or submission in the ring is the TNA World Champion. Oh, guillotine leg drop by Kaz.
Great move, classic Frankie Kazarian there. Not looking to fight to the outside there. You see that table that Frankie Kazarian brought out earlier. Still lying and waiting.
Kazarian.
Sure, let me hear that. Oh my god! Kaz just wipes out the timekeeper area. I think Ethan Page has a shot tonight. I thought, oh, geez, DDT on the floor. I thought it could be Fraxium, but now they're officially on SmackDown, which is great. I think it could be Joe. I think they might do Joe and Obo winner take all soon. It might be a triple threat with Trick. So I'm also so ready for Kaz not to be carrying around the trophy with the fucking scarf on it.
Back inside. Oh, slings onto the team. Kazarian trying to win the title here. Hendrick able to kick out. Yes, Kazarian's in his hometown. Still a champion. From the well in advance for a TNA World Title matchup. It's all about Ethan Page going to Santino Marella. All the pressure is on Kazarian in my opinion.
And put a straight up gentleman there.
Let's see that standing ovation there. Oh, they can go. Uh-oh. Fade to Black. Did he get enough of it? However, cover. Oh, Fade.
Yeah, interesting fact for you all here, because I have now got everything done for the Rumble records of LS11 Universe. I'm about to have the graphic on the website here in a moment. My interesting fact for you all is, fuck, what was I about to say? Right. Rhea Ripley holds the combined longest time in the Women's Royal Rumble with 43 minutes and 54 seconds across 3 Rumbles that she's been in, 2 women's and 1 men's. You take out her men's Rumble time, and Jordynne Grace's 1 women's Rumble appearance is the longest combined woman's appearance in a Rumble. So, nice little shout out to Daniels there with Angel's Wings. But, yeah. So, just assuming that circumstances align and Jordynne had to be in the Rumble again next year, assuming she didn't win the title at WrestleMania, whichever one she challenges for, whether that be the WWE Women's title or the Women's World title, we will be finding out fairly soon, I'd imagine. I don't know when she's going to make the announcement officially, but we'll find out. She's got tough options with Rhea and Candice. Or who knows, maybe she picks the NXT Women's title at WrestleMania. It's not off the table. But yeah, if the circumstances align and Jordynne is in the Rumble again next year, if she has another good showing, there's every chance that Jordynne Grace will break the record for longest combined time of a woman in the LS11 Royal Rumbles soon.
Fighting and with that injured shoulder, how much can he fight? Look at this, wait.
Don't call a submission. Don't call a knockout on Joe. I swear to God. Come on, Joe. Stay in it, Joe. See the AA? Hell yeah, Joe. Oh, Ethan Page went for the title shot. RKO from Ethan Page. Got all the scores tallied to the moment. I did pretty good tonight. I've only gotten 2 wrong. So, yeah, I've only gotten 2 wrong. That being the tag titles and the Ultimate X match. And 1, 2. Hendry gets the win. Go fuck yourself, Kaz. That's my guy right there. You lost your shot, Kaz. And the only other thing I got wrong was who was going to be the opponent of Kaz, because, like, or not Kaz, of Elijah, because, like, who could have guessed Shane Haste? Wait a minute. Does this also mean, because I think Pierre and I only had 2 differences. Oh, no, I got one up on Pierre. I got one up on Pierre. I think Pierre still wins for the month of April. Oh, shit, there's Trick. But, you know, the TNA NXT relationship's weighted towards NXT. TNA never gets any of the big names. Yeah, Pierre still beats me for the month by 2 points. Oh, long hair guy from WWE is in the front row at TNA. Trick Williams laying out Joe Hendry. Is Trick gonna pick up the Trick's picking up the TNA title. Yeah, I think they're heading towards winner take all. All right. Oh, TNA's gonna be live on Thursday at 10 p.m. I'll do my best. I'll do my best to be live for that one. We'll see what happens. Overall, decent show. It's TNA. Kind of knew what you were going to get. They also got Oba for a little bit. That's true. They did get Oba for a little bit. They got Cora for a little bit. They got Fatal Influence. That's a pretty big act. It's definitely a lot more even this time around. That's for sure. All right. I am going to go clean my cat's litter box because that is my job tonight. And then I'm going to go to bed because I got to wake up in the morning and I got to go do delivery driving all day. So the phone is at 77% now. I will put it on the charger, on the charging pad tonight. And I will see you guys tomorrow night for Raw. And tomorrow on the premiere for Raw. I'm going to maybe sleep in a little tomorrow.